Hi, welcome to Two Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This is Josh. My dog's making noises.
Your dog's trying to introduce me.
I haven't introduced you yet. This is Pixie.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's been busy. How about you?
It's been not busy. So at least you're busy.
It's just amazing the amount of everyday stuff that builds up when you've, one, been in hospital and two, were psychotic before that, so you weren't actually doing any, and that was like...
Should put that
walking around screaming at everyone.
You should put that manic energy to good use. I guess you didn't.
It's hard though when you're not really there, do you know what I mean? You've got all that manic energy, but you're not actually there.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so it's been busy, but I feel like I've caught up a little bit now, and I'm not like doing the same thing 20 million times to try and get shit going.
That's good. I hate being behind. I'll try to be caught up. I need to buy Halloween candy.
Oh, so do I, but not to give out to anyone, so I can sit here and stuff me fat face.
You weigh like 10 pounds, so...
Yeah, I can't eat as much now. Like, even before the medication, I could like proper eat loads, and then I just went like and could proper eat even more. And now they took me off the sertraline and I'm on the like double quetiapine that like lasts all day. I just can't. I eat like one bowl of cereal in the morning and I'm like, I'm so full. Whereas before I'd have like 6 bowls and be like, I'm gonna have 5 packets of biscuits now.
What cereal did you eat?
All different kinds of cereal. You can't just eat one kind of cereal.
You said you ate
Especially when you're eating 5 bowls of it.
No, I mean today. You said you ate 1 bowl.
Oh, cornflakes.
Not Frosted Flakes?
No, cornflakes.
No sugar?
Just plain... No, just plain cornflakes.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah.
I have that sugar. They have chocolate Frosted Flakes now.
Yeah, but I can't eat them.
Why not?
Milk in the chocolate.
Oh, that's not real chocolate.
Fuck off.
That's American chocolate. It's not real.
There'll still be milk in it, I bet ya.
I'll have to look. I got news stories.
You better fucking be good. It's been a hard week.
I got 13 stories.
Okay.
One, start off from jolly old England.
Oh, go on.
About your, princess. Your American princess. It made news that she closed her own car door.
I'm proud of her. She's keeping it real.
Yeah. This is an etiquette ace told the BBC. This is all from Newser, by the way. Our only,
it always is.
Our only real news source.
It always is.
I do have one.
I think, are they like paying you?
No, I'm just lazy.
They should be.
I do have one story from Fox News my dad sent me. So we have 2 news sources this week.
We're branching out.
Yeah, we're up to 2. Since an etiquette ace tells the BBC the royals typically have doors open and shut for them, not for airs and graces, but for security reasons. It seems the person who opened the door, in this case, then stepped out of Markle's way so she could greet her host, and the Duchess decided just to shut the door herself. That's news. Somebody closing the car door is news.
Listen, I'm proud of her. She's keeping it real. Did you know you're not allowed to go to bed before the Queen goes to bed? Like, there'd be fucking murder. Like, if I was the Queen and no one could go to bed before I went to bed, people that live in the palace aren't allowed to go to bed before the Queen. They'd all be up for like 4 days.
That's a good thing your queen's like 200 years old. She's probably sleeping like all the time.
I'm not psychotic. Not sat up for 4 days trying to fill up the same form 5 times.
I bet she sleeps like 20 hours a day. You think?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just thought that was a bit strange. Like, you can't go, if you live in the palace, you can't go to bed before the queen.
What if you're sick?
I was like,
they don't care.
They'd all be fucked. If I was queen, all of them would be fucked and never sleep.
They should make you queen.
Can you imagine? It'd be like the Mad Hatter running the country.
You should start calling for people's heads.
Yeah. No, that's the queen. That's the queen. I'd just be like giving everybody like jam and toast and tea all the time, making them get up and move a seat.
Let's do a combination. Do that and then say off with their heads. Try to get people decapitated.
No, I don't like decapitation.
You don't have to watch. You just order it.
It's messy though, isn't it?
Well, probably. But yeah, that's news. I think if next time I close my car door, I need to tweet it out. Let everybody know that I closed my own car door.
You might as well. It's like the kind of shit I tweet.
Yeah, you tweet quite a bit.
I haven't been though since I've been a bit less manic. I tweet less.
So you're more picky with your tweets now?
No, I'm just not arguing with everyone.
Oh, yeah, you got the arguments quite a bit.
Yeah, and I've been busy, I suppose.
You got the Twitter jail for a while.
That was the worst. That was hilarious. Like, listen, guys. If you think you're a troll, right, and you think you're a bit funny, and you think you're gonna, like, get in someone's business, remember, if they know your business, and they're a bigger bastard and bitch than you, you can't then go crying to Twitter that they fucking destroyed you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He still got put in Twitter jail.
I know, 12 hours. It was the most boring 12 hours of my life.
Yep. Oh well. Here's the next story. This is from India. It said he wanted to charge his phone in the plane's cockpit.
That seems like a reasonable request.
Not really.
No. It's like a request I'd make.
Yeah, but that means it's probably unreasonable. Says it's a story that forces business standard to state the obvious. Passengers are prohibited from entering the cockpit of a commercial flight. But what's obvious to most apparently wasn't to one man offloaded from a plane in India on Monday after police and airline officials say he tried to bust into the cockpit to charge his cell phone. Sky News reports. An Indigo, I guess that's their airline there, spokesperson said the unruly passenger, who was believed to be drunk, caused the ruckus as the plane was getting ready to take off.
I can't believe you're still allowed to get on a plane drunk.
I guess maybe they thought he'd sober up on the way. The man, said to be around 35, was removed from the plane on the grounds of a security violation, per the airline rep, and was questioned by local police and then released with no charges. Shouldn't he get, like, trespassing?
I don't know what you'd get for trying to break in. Because he didn't actually break in, did he? He just tried to break in.
Oh, yeah, he tried to. Yeah, tried to bust in. That's pretty funny, though.
Listen, I'm with him. Maybe he had, like, a podcast or something to record, and he's only got one plug for both his charger and his headphones.
He should just take the person next to him.
I don't know, I don't like strangers. I'd rather try and get into the bit where the pilots are to charge it.
Yeah, but the pilots are strangers.
Yeah, but the pilots are paid strangers.
True.
And they're not, all they're doing is sitting there chilling out.
They push
Why
buttons.
can't I chill with them?
They push buttons and steer.
No, they push buttons and steer as they take off and land, and that is it.
What's important that they don't crash?
I feel like though it's different because I feel like everybody wants to just chill with me, and even if they don't know it, like the security guards at the hospital were just chilling with me when they were meant to like be doing security guard.
It's probably because you're being restrained.
I wasn't causing any trouble after that had the fight with the policeman who wasn't even there for me.
Good grief.
I was being good. Spent all night just chilling with the security guard.
Did you throw a chair at him?
No. The throwing of chairs was while I was in the secure hospital, and one of them told me that apparently they were trying to get me on a Section 3 so they could sedate me to stop me throwing chairs.
So how many chairs did you throw?
Oh, I don't know, because someone else picked them up.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't pick them up. When they told me to pick them up, I started kicking around all the chairs.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Get in trouble.
Good job the doctor wasn't there, or I could still be in hospital being forcibly sedated.
That'd be an interesting show.
Yeah. Imagine being stuck in that shithole for 6 months.
Ugh. There's a story, I guess, you have Dunkin' Donuts there, right?
No.
Oh.
Not that I know of, no.
Well, they're getting rid of the donuts part. They're just gonna be called Dunkin'.
That doesn't tell me what you're dunking.
Yeah. They're doing it in January. It just seems weird.
I don't even give it a year until we go back to their old name. It's like when Cocoa Pops changed their name and like a month later they have to change it back.
It happens sometimes. Also, Weight Watchers changed their name to just WW.
Fuck off. Why?
I don't know.
How do you even know that?
That was another article.
Okay. I should have known the answer to that.
I guess Dunkin' wants to be seen as a beverage-led company. Probably because their donuts suck, but their coffee's actually decent.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather go somewhere like Starbucks or Costa for coffee?
They're almost as good as Starbucks. They're pretty good. Just their donuts are trash.
Listen, if I'm paying for coffee, I want it with enough sugar in it that it's going to give me diabetes.
Oh, they put more sugar in Starbucks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but what type of sugar is it? Is it flavoured sugar in the form of syrup?
Depends on what you get.
See?
But Starbucks is the same. They put syrup in theirs.
That's what I want.
I don't think we're going to get Dunkin' as a sponsor on this show now because I said their donuts are trash.
Well, listen. If their donuts are shit, they should maybe change it.
Or if they pay me, I'll be like, I sure enjoy it. Dunkin' Donut. They're my favorite donut.
I haven't had a donut for years.
They don't sell them very much there? Or you just don't want to eat one?
Can't eat them, can I? The pastry, aren't they full of, like, milk and shit?
No, it's just like fried dough.
Oh, what's in the dough, though?
I think just dough stuff. I don't think there's milk.
I think dough has butter in, doesn't it?
No.
I'm gonna have to go and look at the ingredients on donuts because
I think you could eat one. It depends on the type.
I'm gonna find out.
Let's see. This is in Virginia. An abrupt face for Virginia prison ban on tampons.
What? How? That's against human rights, surely.
Says Virginia is suspending a newly introduced policy that would have barred women who visit inmates at state prisons from using tampons or menstrual cups.
Why?
The Secretary of Public Health and Homeland Security Safety, Brian Moran, said Tuesday on Twitter that he'd order an immediate suspension until further review. The abrupt about-face comes a day after widespread media coverage of state prison officials' plan to ban tampons starting next month as a way to prevent contraband from being smuggled into prison, the AP reports.
Are you smuggling contraband in a tampon, though?
I guess you could hollow it out or something. I don't know. You're not going to get very much in
there. It's
there.
just a piece of cotton on a string. I get the cups because you could probably stick something in a cup. But a tampon's just a piece of cotton on a string.
Well, they've got the plastic things, right?
Not all of them have applicators, no.
Oh. I've never used one. Moran said he understands the worry about contraband, but he added, a number of concerns have been raised about the new procedure. I feel it appropriate to immediately suspend the newly developed policy until a more thorough review of its implementation and potential consequences are considered. Inmate advocates have been sharply critical of the policy, saying it violates the privacy rights of female visitors. The ACLU...
Yeah, how are they going to check that whether you were in a tampon or not?
They stick their fingers up in there.
Oh! That does not seem politically correct.
Our president will do it. He'll grab him grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, but that's why I'd rather be stuck in a lift with fucking a sex offender than Donald Trump.
Well, they'll probably also grab you by the pussy, but at least
the
president has money.
At least when they do it, though, everybody knows you did it because they're a sex offender, and they can't pay their way out of it.
Yeah, but I'd want to get paid if that was the case.
Would you feel differently if it happened to you?
I suppose.
Not enough money in the world for me to let Donald Trump grope me.
He's got little hands though, so it wouldn't be that bad.
He's disgusting. I feel sorry for his wife.
This is the ACLU of Virginia Chief Claire Gastanaga. I probably butchered that. Says the policy should be permanently put to rest rather than suspended. Corrections Rep. Lisa Kenney previously said the agency had consulted with the state's Attorney General's office about how to implement the policy, and it was decided that facilities would offer pads to women who are wearing tampons while visiting prisons so the tampons don't appear as contraband on the body scan. She said that...
So they scan you?
Yeah, and then I guess they make you take the tampon out and then they give you a pad.
That's horrible.
And yeah, that's gonna be a prison quality pad, so that'd be good. That'd be good stuff.
Even the high-end brand ones aren't nice.
I wonder if they'd be like a prison orange. Like a prison...
No, I bet you they'd be like hardly any sticky on them. And like they'd be like a proper thick brick.
That'd be tremendous.
Ugh.
She said that when potential contraband is seen on the scan, visitors are offered the choice of a strip search or leaving the prison before their visit. So they gotta stick their fingers up in there, you can go home.
You know what I'd do? I'd literally just whip it out and give it to them.
I guess you could.
That's what I'd do.
Let's see. We got another England story.
Did somebody else shut the car door by themselves?
They may have. I'm sure they did. This is a teen dies after eating airport baguette.
Oh, I heard this. Didn't list the ingredients.
Yeah, it says she picked out a healthy-sounding baguette, artichoke, olive, and tapenade. Is that how you pronounce it? What is...
I don't know, but it had sesame seeds in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it says one 15-year-old British teenager, Natasha Ednan Leprouse. I probably butchered that. I butcher all these names. Didn't realize that the baguette was from the Pret a Manger. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be French. Sandwich shop at London's Heathrow Airport also contains sesame seeds.
It's Heathrow.
Heathrow.
See,
I butcher all these names. That's my gimmick.
Yeah, I think this is an issue, because this is the issue I had with all the food in the hospital. Nobody knows what the fuck's in it. Just have the soup. Have the soup, you can have the soup. Does the soup have onion, garlic or milk in? Why would it have that in? Because soup usually does. I don't know, it hasn't got the ingredients on. Then you know what? Fucking shove it up your arse.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Like, imagine, I've never gone into full, how'd you say it, anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do get a bit breathless and shit. And like, my mouth will feel like all numb and shit. But I've never needed like an EpiPen or anything like that. But I think the issue with allergies is you don't always react the same way. Do you know what I mean? And in a place where when I was having seizures, they were ignoring me having the seizure.
That's not
Don't
good.
wanna, yeah, and I had an asthma attack and they told me, you don't look like you're having an asthma attack. I really don't want to go into anaphylactic shock there, do you know what I mean? Because they'll just be telling me, fucking hell, behave, why are you going purple, behave?
Pretty much.
Everything I did was just, behave. I'm not a child.
The seeds were apparently baked into the baguette and thus not visible, and they weren't listed in the list of ingredients because of a business loophole now under scrutiny, reports The Guardian. Natasha boarded her flight from London to France and collapsed during the flight, reports the BBC. Her father administered 2 EpiPen injections, but the teen, who had severe allergy to sesame seeds, never recovered and later died at a hospital in Nice. I pronounced that word right.
Yeah, you did. I'm proud of you.
I didn't say nice. So later at the hospital in Nice. No. Just read all the news like that. An inquest is now underway in her 2016 death.
Is that your real voice?
That's my real voice. It's just a gimmick
And you've
voice.
just been hiding it all this time.
Nobody else talks about teenage deaths in like a cartoony voice.
I think the world's not been missing much.
Yeah. This is a family now of 3. My wife, son, and I are still trying to adjust to life without our beloved girl, says her father, Nadim Ednan Leprouse. Pret is a chain with locations in several countries, including the U.S. I've never heard of it. And the European Union regulations require that sesame seeds be listed as a potential allergen on food packaging, but smaller independent chains such as Pret that use on-site kitchens are exempted. Said Pret.
Why?
Oh, I'm not sure.
That seems really weird.
I think they should.
Yeah, I think they should. I think all ingredients should be listed. Hate it when they group ingredients together because it's like a herb or a spice or blah blah blah. List the individual spices, please.
It says instead, Pret posts signs with allergy information in stores and directs concerned customers to talk to a manager because the manager will know what's in it.
I don't think the manager will give a shit, really.
I won't care if he does. Just don't die in the restaurant. It's bad for business.
Yeah. Die on the aeroplane, let the aeroplane staff take the shit for it.
It says in the U.S. a similar lawsuit unfolded against Pret in 2015 after a man went into anaphylactic shock after eating at a New York City location. But because sesame is not classified as an allergen that must be listed in the U.S., the suit was dismissed for the Guardian.
That's fucking weird.
They should probably include that if it's killing people.
I really think they should just include all the ingredients because people have weird allergies.
True. But they don't care.
This is why I won't eat out anywhere. Not just the fact that everyone has the shit I can't eat in because I've got several allergies, but because if you ask them, nobody fucking knows, do you know what I mean? It's like ridiculous.
It's because they usually get it out of a frozen bag.
Yeah.
I rarely cook stuff anymore. Or if it's like a burger, it's some mystery meat patty. Let's see, remember last week, where they got 6 months for child abuse?
Which one was that?
The teacher doing the Fight Club.
Yeah.
Well, this man got 20 years for stealing cigarettes.
Fuck off! What is wrong with the world?
You get 6 months for child abuse and 20 years for cigarettes.
The thing is, I believe it. I actually believe that this shit happens all the time. That people are getting 6 months for child abuse and people are getting, like, life for stealing ciggies.
Says a Florida man stole $600 worth of cigarettes from a convenience store has been sentenced to 20 years in state prison per the AP.
You know why? Because it's money. And all that matters is money. People don't matter. All that matters is money.
Well, this guy is a bit of a problem because it says a jury in Pensacola convicted 48-year-old Robert Spellman of burglary and grand theft in August. Authorities say Spellman took 10 cartons of cigarettes from a stockroom in the store manager's office last December. He was sentenced Friday. The Pensacola News Journal reports that Spellman had 14 felony and 31 misdemeanor convictions prior to this cigarette theft.
What for, though?
Which qualified him as a habitual felony offender. So he's had 14 felonies before.
What for, though? I bet you they're all for stupid stuff like stealing ciggies.
Probably.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a bit of a difference between stealing ciggies 14 times and having 14 kids fucking fight in a fight club thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that was only 10 years for all the kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking crazy.
Somehow he racked up 14 felonies and 31 misdemeanors. Convictions! So who knows how many times he got off?
Listen, if he's just stealing ciggies and shit, I don't care.
I don't care because I don't smoke.
No, I don't smoke.
So, yeah, it led to a 20-year prison sentence post Friday. So.
Do you know what the answer is?
What?
Just don't smoke.
I wonder if he's going to have women smuggle in cigarettes in their tampons. Just one at a time. He's going to have like 2 or 3 visitors a day.
I can see that happening, but not in the tampons, just sticking the cigarettes on a string and ramming them up there. Can you imagine smoking a ciggy out of someone's?
Oh, I'm sure that's like that's a fetish. Positive. You can Google that.
That's horrible.
Smoking it out or hoo-ha. That's probably something out there. That might be the type of porn that got killed too.
What? I still have not. I need to find out where that woman is in jail and write to her.
It might be cigarette hoo-ha porn. It's possible. It's possible.
Anything is possible, and that's the problem I need to know.
Yeah. Here's a morbid story.
Does it involve animals?
No.
Go for it then.
There's no animal stories this week.
Good.
This cops, woman lived with mom's body out of curiosity.
Oh, lovely.
Donna Sue Hudgens You know they're in trouble if they give their whole name. That's like serial killer level.
That is true. They always give serial killers, like, always list out the full name. They'd be there for a year listing out my full name.
She's in big trouble. They've used her full name. Donna Sue Hudgens' neighbor thought Hudgens possibly had a sewer problem, reports the News and Observer. The source of the odor ended up being much more jarring. Police allege the Enfield, North Carolina woman kept her mother's dead body in their home for months because she was curious and wanted to see the stages of death.
What's wrong with her?
That from a Facebook post from Enfield Police Chief Tyree Davis, who says the case began when Hudgens went to a funeral home to make arrangements for her 93-year-old mother, who she said had died that morning. The only problem, Hudgens, 69, reportedly said she didn't know where EMS had taken Nellie Mae Hudgens' body. The funeral home was unable to track the mother and contacted police. After speaking with the daughter, officers entered the residence to do a welfare check and discovered a badly decomposed body in the home.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Says Hudgens was on Tuesday charged with felony concealment of a death and has a November 7th court date. Her mother was buried 2 weeks ago.
Horrific. I do not want my body just rotting away in a house.
She should have at least embalmed her like Norman Bates did in Psycho.
Oh, no. I do not want embalming when I die.
Oh, no, he didn't embalm him. He did the taxidermy.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody fucking about with my dead body. Please just throw me in a hole and cover me up. That's what I want.
Throw you in the trash.
Yeah, I don't want embalming. I don't want an autopsy. Just please throw me in a hole and just cover it up and let me rot away there, please.
Well, you want to be incinerated?
Oh god, no.
In an urn?
No.
What if it's a unicorn urn?
No.
Okay. That might make a difference.
I think this is the one time it doesn't. If you just said, you know, what if it was a... I don't know.
I've never seen a unicorn urn, but there might be one out there.
There probably is, and there's probably one out there somewhere. Someone's body. If you have someone you love in a unicorn urn, let Josh know.
I might Google it. Unicorn urn. Here's another story. Freak accident kills man in fast food drive-thru. This
sounds very Final Destination-y.
Yeah, this story's creepy. The Missouri man has died after an accident that happened as he reached for his food at a drive-thru window, per the AP. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports 20-year-old Charles Wood Jr. died Wednesday night at a Jack-in-the-Box restaurant in St. Louis. Wood was from Velda City, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb. Police say Wood pulled up to the drive-thru window at an angle. He apparently opened his door and leaned out to try to reach his food. The car was in reverse and suddenly accelerated backward, pinning Wood against the tree.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Wood suffered injuries to his head, neck, torso, and legs, and was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Can we find out whether he'd just avoided a plane crash or a roller coaster crash or something like that? Because I feel like there's a group of people out there that need notifying that it could be their turn next.
I like those Final Destination movies. That one with did you see the one with like the LASIK eye surgery?
No. What number is that though? Because I think I've seen like 1, 2, and 3 and that's it.
It may have been 4. There's been like 5 or 6. There's been like 5 or 6 of them.
I don't know. If I was at an age where I could go to the cinema and watch it, I haven't seen it.
Wow. So there you go. But yeah, like the LASIK eye surgery like burned out her eyes.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, the only Final Destination films I've seen are when I probably wasn't old enough to see them.
Wasn't there one with like acupuncture? The guy fell and like the needles went through him or something.
I don't know. I think that must have been after like 3.
Let's see. There's one in Canada. It says she snored so loudly her landlords told her to get help. That's ridiculous.
Someone needs to tell the people who were sharing the hospital room with me that they need help then.
They snored loudly?
Oh god, yeah. One of them made the most disgusting noises in her sleep. Thank God she wasn't there for very long. But my god, the noises she made were... they were disturbing.
You should have smothered her with a pillow and then told her suicide. She smothered herself with a pillow.
Can you do that, do you think?
No, I don't think you could.
You could have smothered yourself with a pillow.
I don't think on purpose.
They wouldn't let me have plastic bags, but they let her have plastic bags, and then they let the other lady that took her place have plastic bags, which makes me feel like they weren't really monitoring the plastic bag situation well enough, because apparently I wasn't well enough to have plastic bags, yeah. There were plastic bags in the same room as me.
You had to use paper bags?
No, I could bring stuff in plastic bags, and then they'd take the plastic bag off me. So, like, if my mum brought me stuff in, they'd take the plastic bag off her. And then when they gave me special leave to go to the supermarket, which was down the road, I could, like, bring back a plastic bag, but then they'd take the plastic bag off me.
What if the plastic bag was smaller than your head? Could you keep that like a little Ziploc bag?
No. Do you know what they did as well? They took me nail varnish off me and put it in a cupboard because the bottles were glass.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I guess they thought you'd shatter the nail polish and cut yourself.
Maybe. But then they'd let me, like, take it away to use it.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'd have to ask for it and they'd give me it and then I'd have to take it back to them later.
How do they know you just wouldn't drink it and try to off yourself drinking nail polish?
I think you'd have to drink quite a lot of it.
Tell me you need all the colors.
I'm gonna do rainbow nails.
See? Yeah, I can imagine how bad that would taste. Ugh.
Yeah, imagine it's not nice.
Says a Quebec woman's loud snoring has become national news in Canada. Seems the unidentified woman snored so loudly and so regularly that her downstairs neighbors told the landlord they couldn't take it anymore, reports BBC. The landlords didn't just pass along the complaint; they showed up with snoring reduction products and even scheduled a medical appointment for the woman, leaving the apartment slip with a note reading, "Take care of yourself." The tenant's response, "Buzz off and leave me alone." When the complaints continued, the tenant claimed they sent her into a 3-month depressive funk and stressed her out so much she couldn't sleep. That kind of worked then.
The thing is though, right? Snoring, okay, I'm sitting here complaining about the noises people make in their sleep. I scream in my sleep. Can you imagine what I'd be like living in a flat?
Oh, they'd love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I wake myself up doing it as well. And when I was doing my weird sleep paralysis thing in the hospital where like I lay there half awake and half asleep, one of the women in one of the beds opposite, whenever she got up in the middle of the night, she'd shuffle about. So then that'd wake me up and I'd wake up screaming. Because like I'd hear the shuffling and then I'd just see her emerge. And then that'd it, I'd be up like screaming because I was half awake.
She's lucky you didn't get up and punch her.
I'm just surprised none of the other people sharing the room were like, fucking hell, will you stop like shuffling about and screaming, the two of you, please?
Good grief. Good times, right?
Yeah. I wondered who was more terrified, me or her.
Probably you.
You said.
Shuffling's a little creepier.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
So the snoring woman filed a harassment complaint with the province's rental tribunal. That sounds like a pretty fancy for rental thing. Anyway, demanding compensation in the form of reduced rent, reports the National Post. The tribunal just responded with a resounding no, stipulating that apartment dwellers can be expected to tolerate a reasonable amount of noise, but this case was different because the tenant's snoring was so loud and she refused to see a doctor. Is loud snoring constantly disturbing neighbors and a normal convenience, the ruling asks? The tribunal does not think so. She cannot impose on others her personal decisions that affect the quality of life of others. The situation...
Do you know you can snore so loud that it's as loud as one of them drills they drill within the road?
Ew. That would suck.
That's true. I've seen it somewhere.
They deserve to get smothered with a pillow.
I think when you're snoring that loud, though, you do have a responsibility to, fix it.
Yeah. The situation will continue as is, at least for a while. The tenant's lease runs until 2019, and the landlords have stopped their initial attempt to have the woman evicted ahead of time. One of the hazards of snoring, it says, a possible decline in memory. You snore, you can't remember. Probably a lot oxygen deprivation.
Yeah, maybe. Because why'd you snore? You snore because you're not breathing right, don't you?
Here's another sad story. Good grief. It says, cops say dad played video games while his infant son drowned.
All I do is put in.
So,
I heard this story, right, that these people neglected the baby. This was a few years ago because they were in an internet cafe raising a virtual baby. Can we check whether that's true?
I can Google it. Let's see. Internet cafe. 1 second. I'll go around. Internet cafe. Virtual baby. Died. Let's just say that. Yeah, girl start. It says, this is 8 years ago. This is timely. Girl starved to death while parents raised virtual child in online game.
I heard about it, right, and then I never checked whether it was real, and then you mentioning that, then I was like, I never checked whether that was real.
Yeah, according to the Guardian. It happened in South Korea.
Terrifying.
Yes. This guy, who's a father in Alabama, has been charged with reckless manslaughter and the drowning death of his 5-month-old son. Police say Cordarius Cotton, which that sounds like a Harry Potter character.
I wouldn't know, I've never watched or read Harry Potter.
Sounds like a fantasy character. Anyway, Cordarius Cotton, 23, put the boy in the bathtub at his Birmingham home Sunday night, turned the water on, and then forgot about his son for an hour while he played a video game. AL.com reports.
That sounds like something my ex would do.
Says Cotton called authorities after finding the boy unresponsive. The boy's mother wasn't home at the time. Desmond Cotton was pronounced dead at the Children's of Alabama Hospital. This was a heart-wrenching case for all involved, including our personnel. God bless his family and this little boy, says Jackson County Sheriff Office Chief Deputy.
What's happening to him? Because he should get in trouble for killing that baby.
Yeah, he's been charged with reckless manslaughter. Says authorities say 2 other children who lived at the home have been placed in the care of their grandmother. So, they took the other kids out of the home also.
Good. That's awful.
I wonder what game he was playing.
Write to him and I'll write to that woman And then we'll have like a catch-up episode where we can inform the listeners of all our questions.
It might have been Spider-Man. That's a good game. I don't know if it's good enough to have your kid drown, but it's pretty good.
Listen, the quality of the game does not matter to someone like that.
Do you think it could be a bad game and they still drown their kid?
Yeah!
At least if your kid's going to drown, get a good game. That's terrible. Alright, I got a few more stories. It says a thieves scheme to steal pot, a hilarious flop. As the heist went exactly as planned, overnight thieves drove a stolen van right through the front doors of a marijuana shop in Colorado Springs, Colorado, grabbed as much pot as they could carry, abandoned the van, and fled in a getaway vehicle, reports the Colorado Springs Gazette. The only hitch, all the marijuana they grabbed was actually oregano, says the owners of the Native Roots dispensary. The still-at-large thieves, believed to be teenagers, grabbed all the stuff in display cases, and those cases don't contain the real thing, reports KKTV. Had the thieves made it into the locked bud room, the story would have been different.
Well, now they've got a lot of oregano to sell.
Yeah, so maybe they're making a lot of spaghetti sauce.
Maybe that's what they should do.
I mean, you can make a lot if you stole just handfuls of oregano. I don't know what else you could do with it. Oregano doesn't have very many uses that I'm aware of. I hope they tried to smoke it. It's like, oh man, we're so high right now.
Wonder what someone gets like though when they smoke that.
I guess. Well, I mean, they wouldn't get really high on oregano, but they'd act like they were.
No, but like I wonder how they get. Like I wonder like whether it makes you sick.
Off you smoke oregano?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You should try it.
Why me?
You're our test subject.
Why am I the test subject?
Because you said you wonder what it was like. But what better way than first-hand knowledge?
I'd rather get the knowledge of someone else that's done it.
Alright, so somebody smoke oregano and tweet us at Two Flute Podcast
Josh.
what it was like to smoke oregano. Get like a big blunt of oregano. None of those little things. Big old blunt of oregano. This is another flight story. Good grief. Here's what not to do when late for a flight. Since he really didn't want to miss his plane, and now he's in jail as a result. The crazy tale is out of Dublin, so I guess this is in Ireland. I don't know what to say. Could be Dublin, Ohio, who knows. Anyway, an unidentified man in his 20s showed up at the boarding gate Thursday morning, too late to board his plane to Amsterdam, reports ITV News. Authorities say he argued...
I'd imagine it's Ireland, Dublin.
Probably Ireland.
Just with them two facts.
Yeah. Since authorities say he argued with the Ryanair personnel, then began pounding on the...
Oh yeah, it's definitely Ireland.
Alright.
Sorry.
It's okay. You've heard of Ryanair?
Yeah. It's like a really shitty cheap airline, but when I was at uni I went out with an Irish guy who was from Dublin, and like, they all use Ryanair.
Like when Irish eyes are smiling.
I don't know why. You just did, like, all his mates and all of them just use Ryanair.
Or if they ever ran late. As authorities say he argued with Ryanair personnel, then began pounding on an airport window, apparently hoping to get the ground crew's attention so they could hold the plane for him. When that didn't work, his strategy went from merely obnoxious to downright dangerous. He then broke through a door and made his way onto the apron, trying to flag the aircraft down, says the airport spokesman. The plane had been taxiing at the time, according to a tweet from witness Declan Harvey, a journalist.
What's that mean? You do that while I sit here and eat this cake.
Airplane taxi. Oh, since an airplane uses taxiways to taxi from one place on an airport to another. Oh, okay, they're basically just moving around.
So they're basically just moving around on the ground.
Yeah, I know they have to have a term for it. There you go. So the plane had been taxiing at the time, according to a tweet from witness Declan Harvey, a journalist. Ryanair staffers intervened on the tarmac, and police quickly arrived to make an arrest after a scuffle, reports The Guardian. The man was due in court Thursday. That's like the most Irish story of all time. Like the only way,
it really is, you know.
The only way it could be better if it was like St. Patrick's Day.
The Irish are hilarious.
This is our main event. This is from Fox News. Not Newser, shockingly.
I can't believe this.
Oh.
We've got a Fox News story.
Yeah.
We're moving up in the world.
Well, that's debatable. Country's first robot sex brothel set to open in Texas prompts backlash.
Yay!
So last week we had not blow up dolls, but sex dolls, but these are sex robots.
Listen.
We're more advanced on the States.
Robots have rights. And if you don't, you should.
Well, I don't think they have rights yet, but maybe this will help. This is the first
Robot lives matter.
Do you think there's sentient beings?
Yeah.
This is the first so-called robot sex brothel in the United States, slated to open in the Houston area this month, has prompted a massive backlash from residents and activists who say it will ruin the neighborhood. The company opened its first location last year near Toronto, where $60 buys half an hour alone with a robot sex doll, according to the Washington Examiner. The dolls start at $2,500 to buy.
How much do the dolls get out of it?
Probably zero.
See,
slave
labor.
You could probably get a real human prostitute for cheaper than $60 for half an hour.
Yeah, I'd say you probably could.
This Yuval Gabriel, the founder of Kinky's Dolls, made the announcement during an interview with the Examiner last week, telling the paper he plans to expand to 10 locations throughout the United States by 2020. Elijah Rising, a Houston-based non-profit organization aimed at ending sex trafficking, started a petition entitled "Keep Robot Brothels Out of Houston." The non-profit has more than 6,500 signatures as of Tuesday morning. You would think if they were non-profit to end sex trafficking, that they wouldn't care that the robots were getting sex. Unless they stand for robot sex trafficking also.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm not for human trafficking. I think it's awful and I think we need to end it. But is robot sex trafficking really the answer?
Well, possibly.
I think if you're going to use one of these brothels right, you're not part of the sex trafficking problem anyway.
Because you're just more attracted to robots, or you'll just stick it in anything.
Yeah. I think the people that are into sex trafficking are into it for some very fucked up reasons.
Yeah. This is a non-profit whose mission is to end sex trafficking. We have seen the progression as sex buyers go from pornography to strip clubs to purchasing sex. Robot brothels will ultimately harm men, their understanding of healthy sexuality, and increase the demand for the prostitution and sexual exploitation of women and children, the petition states. So they think they're going to move on from robots to people.
I think with people with sex trafficking, right, I get that some of age women are taken in, but But a lot of the time, it's very young girls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of times from other countries, they just smuggle them in and bring them around. Since the organization plans to present the petition to the city's mayor, according to Fox 26 Houston, residents are also expressing their opposition to the brothel, which Gabriel described as a showroom where customers can test and rent dolls before deciding to purchase one. I wonder if you could get like a used one cheaper.
You might be getting some nasty surprises with it.
Filled to the brim with other customers, but it's half off. You just have to unplug, like undo it and just let it drain out.
That's horrible.
Since there's kids around here and it's a family-oriented neighborhood, and I live right here, and to have it here is just gross, Andrea Paul tells KTRK. City officials told KHOU 11 on Friday they have not heard of the business, and a spokesperson with the City of Houston's Public Works said they do not have an address for where it will be located. Fox News reached out to the mayor's office early Tuesday and did not get an immediate response. The business does not meet the definition of a sexually oriented business and requires simply an occupancy permit, ABC 7 News reported. I guess because the robots are not people.
See, that's a problem to me.
Because robot lives matter.
Yeah, robot lives matter.
Despite concerns, there are no regulations for the sex robot business. Examiner reports, activists, and legal experts call on the legislative action. I can buy 2 or 3 or 4 of these on the internet, and in Washington, D.C. or New York or anywhere I want, I can set them up and charge people $100 an hour to use them. John Bonzoff, a law professor at George Washington University, told the Examiner. Sounds like he's having a plan. In June, Congress voted to ban the importation and transportation of sex robots and dolls that look like children. Oh, Lord, there's a market for that?
See? I told ya!
Sex robot children. Good.
I told ya.
That's disturbing.
There are some very, very disturbed people out there.
I would think. If that's even an idea. Oh, they finally just put the story up on Newser. Daggone it. I could have read it off Newser.
Aww. You're sad. Because now
sad.
we've only got one news source again.
See? I should have just waited. It just went up, like, 13 minutes ago.
Well, you can read it again if you want.
Alright, here we go. From Newser. Same story. Condensed to 2 paragraphs. Good old Newser. Robot sex is coming to this U.S. city. The mayor is not happy.
Is that it? The whole story?
Oh no, that's just the headline. Sex robot battle sounds like the name of a B movie one might stumble on during late night channel surfing. But that's actually how KTRK depicts a war brewing between the mayor of a Texas city and the owner of a sex bot business out of Canada. The news is way more entertaining than Fox News. Nobody's going to mention sex robot battle on Fox News. Yeah, the rest is pretty much the same.
I think you just don't have a bad word said about your only news site.
That's a quality news site, Newser. Oh, here's a new quote. Somebody says there's a difference between human prostitution and artificial prostitution.
How dare they?
I know. So there you go. They also note health risks. No proven safe way to handle the disinfection of the humanoids.
See, they're going to be rotten with people's disease.
I'm saying they might be half off when they're full up. Other customers' excrement.
What's it do? What's the... Oh no, I don't even want to know, actually. Forget I started that question.
How it works?
Yeah.
I guess it moves around.
I don't know, because I feel like people have been violating household appliances for a very long time. I feel this is just a step up.
So this is like the evolution of the people putting the vacuum cleaner on themselves.
Jesus.
I'm not sure what the difference between the doll and the robot is, unless the robot moves around. Maybe it talks. I don't know.
I don't think I want to know.
I guess it moves around. Because if it didn't move around, it'd just be a doll.
I don't want to know. I think there's something very disturbing about it, if I'm honest. I think it's a bad solution to a really horrific problem.
What if they make the robots, what if they teach them how to make sandwiches, and then women just get replaced?
At least we won't have to deal with men, and we can live our best lives.
You have some, like, Amazon island, like Wonder Woman. Just all the women leave, and just the men are left with the sandwich-making sex robots.
Yeah, and we can just go and have a wonderful life. Because we're not making sandwiches and having someone try and stick the bits in all our holes.
Well, you might make sandwiches there. You just want to make them for men.
I would just make them for ourselves.
See, there you go.
Then we'll get all the sandwich joy.
But men will still have sandwiches because the robots will make them.
Yeah, but we'll be able to enjoy our own sandwiches.
So there you go. So that's a plus. We should just do that.
Yeah, we should.
And I guess they could just clean out the robots and just take that specimen and just put it in women to keep the human population going. Everybody.
Nah, I heard you can make babies from two ladies now.
I don't think so. That's possible without artificial insemination.
So what we'll do, right, is we'll just go with that, and we'll just let all the male population die out.
The women would die out too. You can't have two.
No, you can Google it. Google it, you can. It happens somewhere like Japan.
Well, they got that radiation over there from nuclear bombs. First Godzilla, now this.
You leave Godzilla out of this.
We'll put him on the woman island too. But Godzilla's arms are too small to make sandwiches.
We'll feed him.
Or maybe the women could have Godzilla fight like a giant sex robot.
How dare you do that to Godzilla and robots?
You know how they have like...
We'll look after them. We'll take care of them.
Have you seen Mecha Godzilla? Like a big robot Godzilla?
No.
Okay, they've done Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, which is like a big robot Godzilla. So I say we do Godzilla versus Mecha giant sex robot.
See, this is what's wrong with men. This is what's wrong with men.
Yeah, but we just teach...
If you're gonna make two TV personalities fight to the death, right? Make it Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver. I hate them both. Put them in a ring and let them fight to the death.
Hey, Godzilla doesn't do TV. That's a straight up movie star. He doesn't have time for television.
He's being abused. He's got no choice in the matter.
But neither does the giant sex robot.
Exactly, and that's not fair.
So the giant sex robot can not only have sex, it can also make sandwiches and fight. They got a program it for that too.
Well, do you know what I hope? I hope they all malfunction and they all fight with yous.
What, with men?
Yeah.
I might try to sneak on the woman island so I get woman-made sandwiches.
We won't allow it. We'll find you.
I got long hair. I'll just shave my goatee.
Some women have beards. That's sexist.
Yeah, but not usually this big.
No, you know, you'd be surprised.
We'll see. I want to see that giant sex robot fight Godzilla now.
You've got something wrong with you.
Why not? I mean, we've seen him fight Mechagodzilla. What's the difference?
The joy on your face is just, I've never seen joy like it.
I know, I want to see that. Giant sex robot versus Godzilla. That needs to happen.
No.
We need to do not GoFundMe, what do they call it? A Kickstarter? We need to raise...
So that you can see them fight?
We need to raise like $200 million to make a Godzilla versus giant sex robots movie.
I still want to see, like, the Purge versus Home Alone. That's what I want to see.
We might have to put up a poll. Be like Purge/Home Alone or Godzilla versus giant sex robot.
The Twitter.
That'll be our poll.
If you don't, I will. Yeah.
And we'll see what... The people are going to vote for Godzilla versus giant sex robot. Come on.
No, you'll definitely vote for the Purge versus Home Alone.
No. With who? Like Macaulay Culkin? That dude's like... not a kid anymore. He's getting up there.
Find another kid.
You can't just find another kid.
Yeah, you can. Kids aren't robots.
What if
replace them.
What if it's a robot kid? Oh, wait, this got banned. This got banned.
Banned for good reason as well.
I don't have to make him anatomically correct. Just make him a normal robot kid. Like on AI. You seen that movie?
No.
Spielberg movie. That little robot kid.
No, never seen it.
But he didn't fight the Purge.
But if you'd have been in charge,
yeah, you would have fought the Purge. He'd have like machine gun arms.
No, I do not want to be a part of your robot fight club.
That was in the new Solo movie. They had robot cage fighting.
No.
Or I guess droid.
It's not right.
Droid robot cage fighting.
It's not right.
Is it right to have Godzilla fight Mothra? Which is a big giant moth creature.
No.
You can't just have Godzilla stand there. He's gotta fight somebody.
Just get him back into his natural habitat.
That's no fun. Nobody wants to see that. Godzilla goes home.
But that's what's good for Godzilla, though.
Godzilla goes to the animal sanctuary. Nobody wants to see that.
I don't want him to go to the animal sanctuary. I want to get him back into his natural habitat.
His natural habitat's like radioactive Japanese water.
There's probably a family of Godzillas missing him.
Maybe. They also have Gamera, the giant turtle that spins around and shoots lasers.
Well, you know what?
There's all sorts of giant monster movies.
When they come looking for him, I'm going to point them in your direction and say, you did it, and then you'll have a family of Godzillas after you.
I'll just have an army of giant sex robots to defend me.
Are you sure that's what you'll be using them for?
Yeah, because they're giants. What else would I do? Crawl up in there?
Yeah, maybe that's your dream. Maybe that's your fetish.
No. I just prepare them for war. This has been an informational show.
It depends what kind of information you're after though, really, doesn't it?
I still say this is the best news channel on the planet.
Then we'll have to agree to disagree.
Well, you're supposed to say the show's the best. Come on.
I think it depends what you're after.
Good news? I mean, we've had all sorts of news today.
Yeah, I suppose we have.
See, was it a good news week or not?
What?
So was it a good news week?
We've had better.
I tried.
You tried. You went to the one website you always go to.
Hey, I went
And
to
stories like,
I went to 2 websites, and then the other one just happened to load up the story afterwards.
I remember you saying your dad gave you a story from Fox News, so you didn't find it, your dad did.
Yeah, my dad found the sex robot story, but then they later put it up on news. I think they might be listening to us.
Do you think?
I think they're listening
Do you
on the
think they're
show.
now getting their news from us?
Maybe that's a weird circle. We steal our news from Newser, and now Newser's stealing their news from us.
Because there's going to be no news if we don't find new sources.
Not if Newser steals their news from us.
That's what I mean. Where will they? If we don't find new sources, where are they getting the news from? If they're copying us.
We'll just have to make news up. Cause I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to go around the internet and let's look for news. That's too much work. That requires upwards of more than 10 minutes of researching for this show.
Listen, I need 2 things. I need the internet and a laptop, and I will bring the news.
I'll bring you the news of Godzilla versus giant sex robot beating Hummel and Purge.
No, I think Twitter will bring me the news that I win.
No, we'll find out next week. We'll put the poll up for like a week, maybe. We'll have like 3 people vote.
Hi, 3 people that listen to us.
Oh, they gave up a long time ago.
I would too.
They gave up on the story where the old lady the older lady rot in her house. They gave up back then.
Nah, I think that's what they're coming for.
Really?
If they follow me on Twitter, that's what they get on Twitter, so.
True. I guess this will be the end of the show. That's all the news. You have anything else you want to add?
No, just that I have to plug my phone in, so good luck with the editing at the end. Is probably going to be tinny as fuck.
Maybe. So, if you close a car door on your own, be sure to tweet that out so people know that you did it yourself.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important news.
I want to see more people keeping it real.
See? That's because she's American. That other one's wife wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but she has 3 kids to look after.
They got 3 kids now? Yeesh.
I'm pretty sure they've got 3, yeah.
They'd have 5 if you wore a hairpiece. Did I say that?
I didn't get what you said. I just said something about wearing a hairpiece.
I say they'd have 5 kids if you wore a hairpiece.
Why?
Because then she'd be more turned on now to see that big bald spot on top of his head.
Okay.
Does that mean?
No, it's probably true.
On that note, we'll see you next week.
Bye.